So let's talk about the New Day segment on Raw. So, from the montage earlier in the episode of Raw to what happened in this 10-year anniversary segment, as a New Day fan, I went through a full range of emotions from shock to sadness to disbelief to hurt, so many different things combined because of this perfect 10-year anniversary segment. Now, this is one of the rare moments where I'll say this. I really believe in the wrestling fan base, even the IWC, 99.9% of people did not know this was going to go the way that it did. No one knew that. And even if you told me that and you are telling the truth, I still don't believe you. And if you're telling the truth, you need to sign up for Prize Pick. You need to play the lotto, put my name on that, and I'm sure you're going to win something today. But for most of us, if not all of us, no one knew it was going to go the way that it went. And we'll talk about that a little bit in a few minutes and we'll expound on that. But let's just start off with the top of the segment. So when you see the camera shot, it was a beautiful display of New Day memorabilia. From a photo of Big E winning the WWE Championship on the shoulder of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, you see a picture of Kofi Mania, the original copper ugly tag team championship, which I understand why they had to be there, but I still hate that title to this day, but that's neither here nor there. The balloons, then you had the big Bootio cereal box at the top of the ramp from WrestleMania 32 when they dressed as Dragon Ball Z characters, when they had the Saiyan armor, one of my favorite entrances from the New Day, and it just made me sit back and think. It's been 10 years, guys. 10 years of this. And they're really about to pull the trigger on ending this. That's when it really hit me. When I saw all the memorabilia, I'm like, bro, I'm not prepared for this, bro. Why are y'all doing this to me? So fast forwarding to when Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods came out to the ring, they pretty much addressed the crowd and said, you know, this, and just to paraphrase it, saying that this journey as being a part of New Day was great. You know, we couldn't have done it without each other, and we couldn't have done it without you guys. And then Xavier Woods picks up the microphone, or he already has the microphone, and he proceeds to say, what we're about to tell you is not your fault. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. Why? This feels like parents that are about to announce to their kids that they're deciding to get a divorce. Hey kids, this is not your fault. Mom and dad loves you, but we're gonna have to split up. You're gonna stay at Kofi Kingston's house, and you'll see Xavier Woods every other weekend. Thanksgiving, you'll be at Kofi's house. Christmas, you'll be like, it just felt like that, and I'm like, bro, they're really about to pull this. And the kid in me was like, man, we about to go through a divorce again, bro. I already went through this as a kid. Why are we doing this again? But all jokes aside, moving forward, before Xavier Woods got to tell us exactly what he wanted to say, Big E music hits, which was a sigh of relief because I was like, you know what? I'm thankful that Big E came out, because if he didn't, this would have honestly, it honestly would have ruined it. But there was no way they could have done this without Big E. So it wasn't that I had a concern that they wouldn't do it, but I'm just glad that they actually did what they were supposed to do. Big E comes out. It's always great to see Big E, man. I miss Big E. Without him being a New Day, it just isn't the same, man. It's not that the New Day is terrible, but there is just like this level of energy and positive vibes that even before they turned heel, that it feels like it's something missing there, bro. It's like The Office when Michael Scott left. That's just how it feels to me. But I still love Kofi and Xavier. I think they're great. Big E comes out to the ring. And he said, I wish that I was here under other circumstances. Seeing you guys arguing, going back to each other, between each other, and saying some hurtful things to each other. He turned to Martin Luther King. He said, it hurt me something deep. He said something like that. And he's like, I'm here to, I want to manage you guys and be here for you guys week after week. And he pretty much goes through when they were there for each other. And he said, I want to remind you of who you are. Now, there was a 0.01% chance in my brain that thought, like, maybe, just maybe, if anybody can motivate you out of doing something you got no business doing, it'll be Big E, it'll be the Super Saiyan Pastor Cody Rhodes, or John Cena, depending on whether he likes you or not, okay? I was like, maybe he can save this. But the logical wrestling fan in my brain was like, you know what, at most, maybe Big E can, stall out the breakup a little bit at most, but there's no way. After all the teasing of them breaking up between Kofi and Xavier, after all the things that were said last week, they're so past gone trying to, revive or fix this entire situation. There was no way even Big E can even fix this entire thing. There's no way. And after Big E says this, You see Xavier Woods look at him crazy, and I'm like, Xavier, please do not super kick this dude. If you do this right now, bro, I'm done. I'm done with Raw. Like it would have just, it would have been too much for me. And you see Xavier Woods like says, "Oh," and this the crazy part is when Big E came in, Xavier Woods and Kofi looked happy to see him. But at this point, Xavier was like, "Oh, okay, well, now is the time you decide to come in here and try to help us. You watched us argue on TV, you watched us fight, you watched us do all of this stuff, and now is the moment you want to come in and help us." And the thing is, I thought Kofi Kingston for a second because I thought he was playing a babyface this entire time. I thought he was gonna try to play like, okay, you guys, let's relax. This is too much going on. We're here for a 10-year anniversary. Let's just get together. Power of positivity. Let's just get it together. But the crazy thing is, Kofi Kingston joined in with Xavier Woods and jumping Big E verbally. I was like, bro, what is happening here? Why are we doing this? Because I didn't think they would even side with each other after what was said last week. So that was crazy. And they were like, "You're not here for us. You don't even. You're not here to support us. You left us behind. You went to your desk job. You don't even care about us. You watched us attack each other the entire time." And then Big E's like, "I had a broken neck. I had to talk to doctors. I had this and this and this." And then this was the part that was messed up in a sense because for me I was conflicted because Kofi Kingston had a point, but at the same time to do this to Big E of all people, bro, it hurt right here. It hurt right here. Kofi Kingston basically said, "Oh, so you had a broken neck? Well, Edge had a broken neck and he came back. Stone Cold Steve Austin had a broken neck and came back." He named all the people who had broken necks that came back and actually returned to action, but Big E had a broken neck and couldn't even come back to talk to his friends. He had a point there. And then Xavier Woods brought up the fact that he had a leg injury that was torn off his leg, and he still returned for the New Day. For the New Day. And he was like, when we returned, those people who returned, they had nothing to come back to. This is what Kofi said. But Big E, you had the New Day to come back to. So what is your excuse? They're like, "Oh, you're too busy with your girlfriend," which is, I believe, Mia Yim's sister. "You're too busy with all these other things, with your desk job. You don't care about us anymore. And now you're showing up trying to tell us what to do after watching all this stuff happen. What are you doing?" I was shocked. I was shocked. I didn't think they were going to team up against Big E. I didn't. I knew Xavier Woods was going to be the heel aggressor and maybe Kofi will be the in between, but I didn't think they would team up on him. So they basically said, "We don't want you around here. Get out of the ring. Go back to your desk job." And seeing Big E, the look on his face, the way he played into the whole situation was sad to me. I mean, I didn't show it on stream. I'm not a person who like kind of shows emotion all the time like that. But I couldn't believe what I was watching, and because of the fact that Restream screwed up, it kind of threw it off a little bit. But seeing Big E have to walk out of the ring, trying to help his friends, with them verbally assaulting his guy, saying, "Yeah, you got a broken neck, so what? That doesn't matter. That's no excuse for you not trying to come back and help us out," was a crazy, crazy moment to watch. Now, although this was sad for me as a New Day fan, and I feel like this is worse than them breaking up, but I think it's a good thing for the tag team division overall. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the tag division. So to add another heel tag team to Raw, because they don't really have any outside of the Judgment Day, and can you really include AOP because they have their whole situation with the Y6? Now you got another tag team because I feel like the route they've been going too much is breaking up tag teams. And I think they're starting to realize that breaking up every tag team is a mistake, which probably is why they've been extending this whole storyline between A-Town Down Under and not breaking them up lately. I think they start to understand, like, breaking up tag teams, that's not the only thing we need to do. Maybe we should swerve people a little bit. So it makes you interested in what they're actually going to do with DIY with their whole situation. Are they really going to break them up, or will Gargano Champa, will he convince Johnny Gargano to side with him with his thought process with this whole situation? Or will it be the other way around? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But this whole segment with the New Day overall, I'm sorry I'm yapping, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. It's very rare that wrestling moments really invoke some level of emotions with you, and they actually take something that's happened over a long period of time and write it into a great storyline. Because remember, we all came from the Vince era, and not that Vince did everything terrible, but majority of the time when it made sense to do something right, for some reason he screwed it up. So to see it be done properly in the right way, is very, very refreshing. And I'm talking about storylines, you know, as far as like dealing with tag teams and things like that. So, what did you guys think about this whole segment? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching with me. I appreciate your patience. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Salute, peace, have a great one.